A friend confided in me that her boyfriend's performance in that particular aspect was rather underwhelming, so she has no clue what it feels like for a girl to claim that it's incredibly amazing in bed. Hence, this time, I gathered the viewpoints of 6 seasoned girls on this matter. Let's listen to what they have to share. The first girl, let me introduce her to you. Her name is Yuzi. She's 22 years old and a student. She stated, "Well, in this regard, praise should be given freely and without reservation. My boyfriend isn't overly tall, and his build doesn't appear extremely robust or muscular. He's the sort who seems slender when dressed but reveals muscles when undressed. However, he's truly exceptional in bed. It's not because he has an extensive romantic history, but because he makes every effort to consider my feelings and mood. For instance, during the initial few times, I furrowed my brow slightly. Perhaps it was due to it being my first experience, but I remained silent. I was just a tad embarrassed and didn't know how to communicate it to him. Nevertheless, he noticed and told me that if he caused me any discomfort or if I felt uneasy at any point, I must inform him. I needn't endure it in silence. Subsequently, each time, his movements became more gentle. Fearing that a vigorous action might cause me pain, he refrained from asking if he was outstanding or powerful. Instead, he would inquire about my thoughts on his performance. But he's oblivious to the fact that in my heart, he's truly magnificent. The second sister is named Georgia. She's 25 years old and works as a teacher. She expressed, "My partner isn't particularly handsome, and his career isn't exceptionally remarkable, but he's incredibly wonderful in my heart and truly deserving of being cherished. He's extremely kind to me in our daily lives and shows patience with my occasional foolish behaviors. There are numerous wonderful aspects when it comes to our intimate moments in bed. The most remarkable aspect is that when he embraces and kisses me in bed, he does so with utmost dedication and sincerity. I'm at a loss to describe that sensation precisely. Anyway, we've been together since college, and the feeling of our kisses remains unchanged from those early days, because I believe that a person who sincerely hugs and kisses their partner in bed, their heart and love likely hold no deception. I can clearly sense that, thus, being with him fills me with an overwhelming sense of happiness." The third sister is named Man Man. She's 32 years old and is a partner in a company. She shared my boyfriend. Oh no, it should be mine. Just a few days ago, we underwent a change in our status. I consider myself extremely fortunate. When I believed that love had eluded me for life and that I might never marry, I encountered him. Despite my strong and independent nature, I must admit that he has had a profound influence on me. Because I am already 32 years old and no longer in the prime of youth, I constantly remind myself of this, but he doesn't view me that way. On numerous occasions, he treats me like a young girl and creates an environment where I feel comfortable being one. Even though our ages are comparable and he's slightly younger than me, it's not that he deceives me by treating me as a little girl, but rather enables me to revert to a more youthful state of mind. I feel that when we're intimate, our coordination is seamless. Every time after our encounter, he would hold me close for a while, then I would lean against his heaving chest and engage in conversation, or simply enjoy the embrace. I truly adore this feeling. The fourth sister is named Mian Mian. She's 30 years old this year. She said, I met him through a blind date. We've been together for approximately a year. Due to my lack of prior romantic experiences, my emotional history was completely blank. Even my sexual experiences were non-existent. With him, it can be said to be my first time because I was unfamiliar and unsure. My body tended to be stiff and I struggled to cooperate effectively with him, but he never expressed dissatisfaction or considered me foolish or uncooperative. Instead, he was incredibly patient and urged me not to worry but to take things gradually, even when I felt embarrassed by my own actions. He would skillfully divert my attention and alleviate the awkwardness. Slowly but surely, he guided me. This feeling is truly extraordinary. For a novice like me, technical skills can take a backseat for now. More importantly, these gestures truly make me feel wonderful. The fifth sister is named Huahua. She's 27 years old. Huahua disclosed, Let me tell you secretly, my boyfriend's foreplay is truly beyond amazing. He's acutely aware of how I like to be touched and precisely where my sensitive and comfort zones lie, such as the ears, chest, and back. Even the slightest gentle caress in these areas makes me feel fantastic. During the foreplay, typically when I feel it's time to stop or that it's sufficient, I would offer him certain cues. Once he receives them, he understands that it's nearly time to proceed. Moreover, his size is just perfect for me. Sometimes he's incredibly funny and at other times, rather silly. After our encounter, he would deliberately sit in front of me and produce a small notebook. Then say to me, Miss Tu, I wonder if you were satisfied with this service. Please rate it from 1 to 10. At times, it is genuinely amusing. We can undoubtedly say that we are a perfect match. What he offers me is precisely what I desire. Sometimes, during our intimate moments, although he pays close attention to me, I'm unsure if he will come across my response or if it will be selected by you. If he does see it, please be humble and continue to strive for even better. The sixth sister is named Yang Yang. Her age remains confidential. She remarked, Both of us belong to the category of individuals who require some time to build up the mood. But being slow doesn't imply a lack of sensation or that it's not wonderful. At least the feedback I receive from my boyfriend doesn't suggest otherwise. He exhibits abundant patience in the initial stages and has the ability to stir every cell in my body, igniting my eagerness. After the foreplay concludes and we proceed to the main event, he doesn't act hastily. He isn't impatient and rushes through. It's genuinely comfortable, providing a dual pleasure of both physical and mental satisfaction. Additionally, he emits that kind of deep and comforting sound as a man, which grants me a sense of achievement. Even after it's over, I find myself reminiscing, even on occasions when he's away on a business trip and I suddenly think of him or long for him. I experience a definite reaction. Ultimately, from these responses, we can discern that the delightful experience of having an intimate encounter with a boyfriend in bed is truly commendable, and engaging in sexual activity with someone you deeply love is undoubtedly an unparalleled enjoyment. because he genuinely respects you and provides you with a comforting sensation. Rather than merely having sex to vent his desires, you wouldn't be able to perceive the happiness and joy within such an encounter. That would simply be cold and lacking in interest, wouldn't it? Only when sex and love seamlessly merge together does that feeling reach its peak of perfection.